Hey guys, I'm Rich. Welcome to another action figure review here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be reviewing another of GameStar's collectibles, Crysis 2 action figures, and this review is going to be all about the Stalker Alien Assault Unit. This, of course, is for Crysis 2, the video game. Here we have the Stalker in his packaging. Pretty cool looking figure. As the packaging says, it's superposable, authentically detailed, and fully accessorized. Again, I don't know why they use the term fully accessorized. It reminds me of girl stuff, but okay, whatevers. Here we have the back of the packaging. You can see all 6 of the figures here in the series. Like I said. Pretty cool. Packaging, pretty basic. I mean, it's a box to keep a figure in until you open it. I mean, you don't need it to be like all that awesome. Read the bio here for the Alien Stalker. We have a light, agile infantry unit based to sweep areas and annihilate human inhabitants. That's not very nice. The Stalker's enhanced mobility and speed make it a dangerous adversary, skilled at tracking down and outflanking its targets. Most frequently deployed as rapid response reinforcement, Stalkers are well equipped to traverse a wide variety of environments. While they maintain a high degree of self-preservation under heavy fire, they appear to enjoy stalking their prey and engaging their quarry at close range. So, in other words, he's a big jerk, okay? He likes to pick on small children, and he kicks puppies. This guy is mean! Okay, here we have the Stalker open out of his packaging. Definitely the smallest of the 3 alien units released in Series 1 of Crysis 2 action figures. I don't know if there's going to be a Series 2, but there's definitely a Series 1. Here he is. He fits nicely into your hand. The first thing that I really noticed when I started opening him was his toes, like the claws here on his toes, and it reminds me a lot of a velociraptor, which I was a big dinosaur nut back in the day when I was a kid, you know what I mean? I knew like a lot of names and stuff. I was into dinosaurs. So that's really what that reminds me of. I don't know if that's what they were going for because it's called a Stalker and it's fast and it's got claws on its feet. I don't know if maybe that was kind of an inspiration for it or not, but you know, cool. The articulation of this figure, he has 11 points of articulation, just like all 2 of the other alien units. We have head articulation, which is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it 360, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because you got to be careful of these little pieces hanging off the head. One problem that I can see with the head, real quick, is that if you lift the head up to try to look, these kind of bend outwards, and I'm kind of concerned if, in the long run, those are going to end up breaking, so be careful with that. You have shoulder articulation, right? The forearm, not the hands on this one, the forearm rotates 360. It's a little looser than I'd like, but it's workable. No waist articulation still. The hip, can rotate the hip pretty far out there. I mean, I like their legs. Their legs have some serious posability. These would be great legs. All 3 of the aliens' legs would be great for like if you're making a custom figure, just because they're awesome. Then here, knee articulation, it's pretty good. You can definitely get them to stand, which is good, because I hate when they have, you know, reversed knees like chickens, and then like they can't stand. So, the feet have a pretty good motion of going up and down, so there's a lot of poses you can get this guy in. Now, unlike the other 2 aliens, like the Grunt and the Heavy, the Stalker here has the same hands and same guns on both arms, because usually they had 2 different arms. So, you know. Now, these look to me to be like some type of light type of machine gun thing, but I read that in Crysis 1, some of the aliens used ice weapons for some reason. They were like ice-based technology, and then they also used energy weapons. Why the heck are you using ice and not just all lasers? I don't know. Must be because of funding. I don't know, but okay, whatever. When you first open the figure, there are 3 things you have to assemble. It's these little tentacle things. They just pop right in on his back. Just no big deal. Boop. Pop it in. I like the detail of this figure. I would say that right now, this is my favorite figure, I think, in the whole series. And I'm probably going to go buy a couple more so I can have them for a different project I'm working on secretly. But pretty cool. I like it. This is definitely my favorite so far, too. I don't know why. It's a really cool figure. Paint job of this figure, I would say that right now this is the best. And I think the reason that it's the best is because the chest here isn't as big as like on the Heavy. Because you can see that my lights are like reflecting off of certain parts of the figure. That's because like this whole torso is painted with a different type of paint than it is on the other arms. Yes, the paint shades match pretty well, but you can tell that this one's kind of glossy and it shines. I don't like that. I like this other like more flat look, and it's just there. And I think that's the main thing that I don't like about the paint jobs on these figures for the aliens so far is that. But it's easily overlooked for the price because these figures are not expensive. They're not going to break your wallet. Okay, quick to do a size comparison. Here we have a Lego Man for, if you have Legos, you can understand the scale of that. A can of soda. Yeah. And then a red Hazop Spartan from the Halo Reach Series 1 action figure line. This figure was actually given to me by one of my viewers, and I want to say thank you for donating this figure. But you can see the scale of this figure. As I've said in some other reviews, and in case you didn't catch those, I would say that the scale of the Crysis 2 figures is actually more in line with like G.I. Joe scale. Which is pretty good because, some of the other scales for different action figures don't usually match up. So, like, when you're a kid, you don't necessarily care, but, I don't know. It's cool, I think, that more action figure line, if more of them were in line with each other, like in scale, because then it would just look really cool and like you'd be mixing things together, all these different universes. Overall, I like the figure. The detail of the paint could be a little bit better, but I think the sculpt is a good figure. The articulation, while not very high, not up on the higher scale like the Halo figures that have like 26 points of articulation, which is easily double this, I would say that I'm still going to give this figure a 5 out of 5. I don't really necessarily know what stands out from this figure from the other two aliens, like the Grunt and the Heavy. Something about this figure I really like. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Get this figure, I like it. Even if you don't even necessarily like Crysis, you just want a cool alien to display or use in a stop motion or in a diorama or something, this is a cool figure. I like this one. This one is definitely my favorite so far out of this series. But anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions about this figure, you know where to post that. I'm pretty sure you do. If you don't, down below. Down below. Yeah, that's where you do it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this review. Hopefully it was helpful for you to be able to make an informed decision if you want to buy this guy or not. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Pieces out.
Rawr, I'm a dinosaur.